What up, what up? Man, let me congratulate you, brother. That was a great video. I mean, it's a very fair and honest assessment, free from all bias one way or the other. Just a complete, clear look at the career of the UFC heavyweight champion and the challenges that lay ahead of him and all the fights and history surrounding, his career. I mean, it was a short career, but you basically nailed everything down. However, there's still a bit of a doubter in you. Nothing wrong with doubt. As I said, he has 5 fights in. He still has much to prove. To be a legend, to be the best ever. To get all the hype that a lot of people surround him with. The only thing, most of what I say, most of my opinions on this subject and the things you talked about basically mirror your own. However, I think we have a point of contention with the Fedor issue. Now, if anybody can beat Brock Lesnar, it is Fedor Emelianenko. This guy's proven that he can beat anybody. He'll step in the ring with anybody. And it's like he's faced a who's who of heavyweights. He is a proven quantity with proven skill and ability that nobody can question. I mean, he could quite possibly be the best fighter in the world. He is, until someone says otherwise, the best heavyweight in the world, bar none. However, if Brock Lesnar has never faced a fighter the caliber of Fedor Emelianenko, then the opposite is also true. Brock Lesnar presents physicality and raw ability and physical talent that you could say that Fedor has not really faced yet. I mean, he's faced comparable things, maybe like Kevin Randleman or Mark Coleman. However, the caliber of training and the mixed martial arts intelligence, modern MMA intelligence that Brock possesses today, he is a much more, a much more credible threat than anybody Fedor has faced. He's not going to fall for the arm bars, for the kimuras. It's like he knows jiu-jitsu. He knows how to shut things down. That's what I think a lot of people missed in the Frank Mir fight. He shut Frank Mir down, half guard. He controlled his head, controlled his posture, put him in the places he wanted to put him, and pounded him out. See, and another underrated thing is, those little hammers you talk about. They're like little hammers. I think that's exactly what my brother. That's exactly how I describe them. Little hammers. Tick, 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 tick. And that's exactly, what he's doing to people. It's like machine, blunt force power that he's generating with very little space and very little, force. Yet it does devastating damage. You could ask Frank Mir. He made pizza out of that fool. He's facing this guy. He's not a big lumbering oaf like Tim Sylvia. Nothing against. I call him a big lumbering oaf. You can't back away from that. He's not clumsy or awkward like we'll go clumsy, awkward instead of the lumbering oaf with that. But he's coordinated, unlike a Hongman Choi or a Tim Sylvia. He's not just a big, huge punching bag like Zulu Zeno. This guy is not only huge, he's a legitimate, skilled athlete. Yes, he's skilled. And plus, even with Fedor striking, it's like Brock has a lot of power and he can hurt Fedor with a punch. It's like I would not want to see Brock Lesnar standing and trading with Fedor Emelianenko because, he wants to get that fight down as soon as possible. However, a striking match, no. Don't think I'm foolish enough to think that. However, Brock Lesnar's 3 inches taller, has a 7-inch reach advantage, 50 pounds bigger, and has enough speed and explosiveness to use all of that power to his advantage and not have it be used as a weakness, as Fedor used against other big men he faced, like Hongman Choi, Tim Sylvia, or Zulu Zeno. Plus, as a wrestler, he's not going to fall for arm bars or arm locks or stuff like that as easily as Kevin Randleman or Mark Coleman. If he gets you in a bad position, you're in a bad way. And that's even for Fedor Emelianenko. He is the Fedor, as I said before, he is unquestionably the best fighter in the heavyweight division, quite possibly the best fighter in the world, but he is by no means invincible. And if any man can defeat him, it is Brock Lesnar. At least it looks like at this point. Brock Lesnar can certainly stand to prove, a little bit more, continue going on, just get him more fights under his belt. I think he's proven enough already. He is the champion. I think he's a legitimate champion, and I don't really see a whole lot of people beating him, but hey, that's why we fight. It's like if Brock Lesnar continues winning, continues learning, and continues growing in this sport at the rate he's going right now, it's hard to see anybody stopping this man. He appears to be very driven, very focused. I think he's found a calling in mixed martial arts. But that remains to be seen. If he keeps winning, will he become complacent, in the UFC heavyweight division? He's running out of threats. Can he keep the competitive drive going? Because I think the main reason why he left wrestling or something is because he was like, the dude became a champion just as quick as he became the champion just as quick in the WWE as he did in the UFC. And will he lose interest just like that? I mean, you seem to think so in your last video. You gave him like a year. We're on countdown right now, but we'll have to find out. But I think Brock Lesnar has everything it takes to defeat Fedor Emelianenko. At the same time, Fedor, you can never count him out. He has beaten everybody he's faced. He has beaten everybody convincingly. He is unquestionably the best heavyweight in the world. And if anybody can beat him, it is definitely, if anybody can beat Brock Lesnar, it's definitely Fedor Emelianenko, if not anybody else. But Fedor Emelianenko definitely is the answer to any question in the heavyweight division until proven otherwise. But we'll see, or maybe we won't see. Until then, once again, great video. And once again, MMA, I agree. Shit's important. See you later.